Is one of my favorite shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. Very, very interesting shloka. And this will help us to gain the formula by the Lord Himself how we can actually control our senses and become peaceful. Maybe this table can be shifted to somewhere this side, or maybe it can be pulled outside. It's like a, it's like we are having a ground table conference or something like that. You can just put this speaker here. Yeah, it's not needed. Just getting charged. Just put it on this table and remove this table for now outside. So many times those who are devotees who are practicing Krishna consciousness, naturally we are disturbed by inflow of material desires. You understand this statement? So how to deal with them? So when we are chanting Hare Krishna, it's not that immediately material desires are vanquished. There is inflow, influx. We see the material desires are coming and what to do with them, how to deal with them. It's a very practical shloka. So we'll discuss it today, and it will help us to remain patient in our Krishna consciousness also. So then Lord Himself is saying, if we behave the way the Lord is telling in this shloka, we will become peaceful. And you must remember, when a person is peaceful, then only he can be happy. So please chant after me. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 2, text number 70. Apuryamaणं achala pratishtam samudramapah pravishanti yadva tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashantimapnoti na kamakami आपूर्यमाणं अचल प्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे सशान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी. Is the sound is okay? Apuryamaणं achala pratishtam samudramapah pravishanti yadva tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashantimapnoti na kamakami. Please chant.
Apuryamaणं achala pratishtam
Apuryamaणं achala pratishtam. Now you missed the you missed the M. You missed the M. Samudra apaha na. Samudram apaha. Yes. Samudramapah pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve shantimapnoti na kamakami. If you remove na, then the whole thing will go away. The whole purport of the shloka will change. So don't remove na. As soon as you remove na, then finished. That is the whole point. Bhagavad Gita as it is. As soon as you, instead of na, you say ha. Sa shantimapnoti ha kamakami. Ha. Who says yes to the material desires, then the whole thing will change. Then you will not become peaceful. You can use my phone. It's not a problem. Use this one. Okay. So let us read the word meanings. Apuryamaणं, always being filled. Achala pratishtha, steadily situated. Samudra, the ocean. Apaha, waters. Pravishanti, enter. Yadvat, as. Tadvat, so. Kamaha, desires. Yam, unto whom. Pravishanti, enter. Sarve, all. Saha, that person. Shanti, peace. Apnoti, achieves. Na, not. Kama kami, one who desires to fulfill desires. You can push Tulsi Devi like this. Translation: a person who's not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enter like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the man who strives to satisfy such desires. Again, look at the shloka. Apuryamadam. Purya. Purna. Do you know the word Purna? Complete. So if the water is, sorry, if the glass is empty, you say Purna kar do. You fill it up. So from there you can say, understand the word Apuryamadam. Achala pratishtam samudram apaha. Achala pratishtam. Pratishtha means the boundary. You know, it's limit. Achala pratishtam. Achala means it does not move up from its boundary. Achala pratishtam. Anybody who is achal in its pratishtha means he does not move from his limits. अपनी लिमिट में रहो, ऐसा बोलते हैं ना. Whenever we have some fighting with somebody, we say you stay within your limits. बहुत बोल रहे हो, you're speaking too much, you're going beyond your limits. So then the Lord is saying achala pratishtam. He's fixed in his limits. Who is fixed in the limits? Samudram, which is ocean. Now, what can cause, or there can be possibly a cause of the samudra or ocean to change its limits? Then say apuryamadam apaha. Apa means water bodies. That's great rivers. Just imagine, not imagine, you have to think about it. How much water Mother Ganga is having? How much water Mother Yamuna is having? How much water other rivers are there, and all are getting dumped in ocean. That's why the Lord is giving a very perfect example. Pravishanti tadvat. Apaha pravishanti yadvat. Pravishanti word is in plural, bahuvachan. It's not one river or two rivers. Many rivers and lot of water is entering into the ocean constantly. So all those things have to be understood. The rivers are many, their volume is very heavy, with lot of force they are coming, and constantly they are coming. Very powerful example by the Lord himself. That's why he's Lord. One example and clears everything. Are you able to understand the example? I have not been to Ganga Sagar. You are a traveler. You have been to Ganga Sagar? No? Okay. I'm not so much of a traveler, but we have taken some photos from Google Baba. So the Google Baba will show us some photos by which you can understand. Tadvat kama yam pravishanti sarve. Again, plural, pravishanti kama. So many desires will come. Sarve, all kinds of desires, gross, subtle, so many desires will come in the heart of a yogi. Enter. Enter means it can enter from outside, and it can be from your previous impressions also. Both ways, is it not? Many things, just like I had no experience of eating a dragon fruit in this life. I did not like it also that much, but I'm just saying, I went to Bali and then they gave me some dragon fruit. So I have some impression. Maybe in my heart there can be some impression of that dragon fruit. It doesn't look like a chipkali, don't worry. It doesn't look like a dragon. It's some kind of violet kind of thing. So now, suppose a dragon fruit's eating the desire of dragon fruit comes into my heart. Should I leave my japa and think of where the dragon fruit is? Then you can never be happy. Does that make sense? What comes of its own accord, you'll be satisfied with that. And it comes. Just like people steal our money, we get, we get a problem in the leg also, is it not? Were you praying for it? Krishna, I have not been suffering in my leg, would give you some suffering? You had, is it not? And everybody has. I had this corona thing, it just completely bewildered me. Even my intelligence, to which I am very much attached to. I lost my intelligence. I could not understand anything in Bhagavad Gita. Then Krishna shows that, within a day, you can be just completely bewildered. But it happens, is it not? Everybody gets disease and all those things, are not something new. So just like when we have miseries, we do not desire them again, or we do not plan to have them again. Similarly, all material desires will come. And understanding I am soul and nothing material can satisfy me, a devotee does not plan to satisfy his material desires. Are you able to understand the formula? Tadvat kama yam pravishanti sarve. How the rivers were entering into the ocean? With great force. Point number 1. Constantly. And many rivers. These are the 3 things you can see. Similarly, the lusty desires from our previous impressions from outside may hit us very strongly. 1. Then it may happen constantly also. Something is happening. But sa shanti mapnoti na kamakami. Only that person gets or achieves peacefulness. Apnoti means, if you know the word prapt, prapt means receive. So you remove the pra and then you get the word apt. The same word is apnoti. That person who receives shanti, peacefulness, who does not become disturbed, he remains achal in his pratishtha, he remains achal, he remains unmoved in his limit, controlling his senses, engaging in Krishna's service. Na kama kami. If a person is trying to satisfy his desires, he can never fulfill those desires. Example is given by Yati Maharaj, which all of you know, that when there is fire and if you put fuel, it becomes more and more. It may, very quite interesting, if you put lot of fuel, it may appear to become extinguished for a moment. Do you agree? You can do that. But again, it becomes inflamed more and more. So sometimes we think by satisfying our material desires, I'll become happy and let me enjoy it to the fullest extent, then it will get extinguished. It doesn't work like that. Adrishtat ashritat bhava na bhava upajayati. Something which you have not seen, something which you have not heard, it doesn't enter into your mind. So if certain desires are coming and all of us must accept and we chant Hare Krishna, even gross desires also come. But if you just remain indifferent, as I give the example of train, they will say chai, 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 you are hitting chai, 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 but you don't respond. Just to become indifferent. And that's what Srila Prabhupada says, that's how we can control our mind. Just become indifferent to the cryings of the mind. That's what the Lord is telling. And slowly, slowly the mind will become peaceful. Again, the Lord will tell in the later part of Bhagavad Gita, Tasmat indriyana adau. First you control your senses, because from the senses the mind is getting input. Before we go forward, we must remember, just lock this door for a moment. Don't worry, I will not lock it for long. Yes. Now suppose I lock it, and obviously you can open from inside, but suppose you did not have the key, and all of you are my, what do you say, naughty kids. So just, I am my mind, and you are all my naughty kids. So what is the limitation of the naughty kids? They can only create the trouble within the room, not outside. Make sense to you? All my naughty kids? No, you're naughty, not naughty, you're nice. The Zoom devotees have liberty to go anywhere. Switch off the video and to go anywhere. But the devotees in the room, they are in the boiler now. Oh, we never knew that he will lock the room also. But this is a very, very important instruction. Our mind is very fickle. Fickle, you understand? Here, there. But there is a very great difficulty or limitation of the mind. It can go only to the place where it has gone first. You can't think of, like all of you have not, most of the people have not eaten dragon fruit. It never comes in a japa. Do you ever feel a desire to eat dragon fruit? Maybe aloo ko paratha, chola bhote, whatever. Even a sabji which Karnamrita Prabhu had never cooked, you will never desire. Just like he cooked. Like now if I am speaking, then you may have a desire. Just like you cooked a very nice vegetable. It is from patta gobi mixed with besan and some dal, and it was so tasty. And as I'm speaking, you must be thinking, wow, is it in the menu today? That's what happens when you hear. Is it not? Are you able to understand this? Like I many times explained about Bali, how beautiful it is, and then they'll say, one actual devotee actually told in Sodora, your Godamani Prabhu or some other devotee was saying, Prabhuji, kitne ka ticket hai? What is the ticket? But that we should avoid. Don't think of buying the ticket of the lusty desires. Similar example was given by His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj here in Krishna Hall. That lusty desires are like wind. Does the wind or a storm always blows? A few days back in Vrindavan, we had a storm. I don't know, in Noida or Delhi it happened. So what do? You don't go out and show your chest to the storm. Yeah, let's show me. Blow me over. No. Just close your windows. You just keep quiet and chant Hare Krishna. Be in association of devotees and it will all go away. Have you had experience when you are chanting very nicely, very attentively, and suddenly a material desire comes? I mean, anybody who chants, you are like very happy chanting, and then shoop. And I give the example of layers. Layers, you understand? One layer is there, another layer is there, another layer is there, another layer is there. So good impression, bad impression, good impression, bad impression. And the Lord, by chanting of the holy name, it removes. So as the layers are removed, they come out. Another example I'll give. Putana. Putana looked very, very nice and gentle lady. But when Krishna began to suck her breast, then she became like a great demon. She showed a real face. Similarly, before you chant Hare Krishna, it was all very nice and peaceful. Everything was very good. But when you begin to chant Hare Krishna, then Krishna cleans the heart, and all those desires will come and manifest. But you just have to be indifferent to them. Please try to understand it is not simply a theoretical shloka. You must have to start applying it. If we start lamenting, "Are ye nahi mila, I did not get this, I did not get this," then there will be no peace in the heart. Whatever is supposed to go away from us will go away. Whatever is supposed to come to us will come to us as per our karma or by Lord's desire. But one should remain fixed. I can only be happy by serving Krishna. This is our pratishtha. This is our limit. This is our boundary. We must not give up our boundary. समझ रहे ना प्रतिष्ठा? Don't give up this. And suppose, I know it is difficult to apply. Sometimes if we actually give up the boundary, what we should do? Again come to the boundary. Make sense? Boundary के बाहर चले गए, then it doesn't mean that you have to remain outside the boundary. Are you able to understand my language? It happens with everyone. Nobody sitting in the room, including myself, is an exception. Unless you stay completely go beyond anartha nivritti, some sense gratification will continue. I'm not telling you to continue the sense gratification. Something you will be attached to. That's like I am attached to sleeping in the afternoon. Somehow I don't like to feel. I don't like to speak lies. I feel like 1.5 hours if I sleep, or even 2 hours, then I am happy. I can serve till 11 o'clock in the night, no problem. But somehow that's how my body is, whatever. I sleep for 4 or 5 hours in the night. So that's my attachment. And if you really want to hear no from me, then you disturb me in the afternoon. And I'll show you how I say no. No! Why are you disturbing me? Our brahmacharis are very, very good. They do not disturb me in the afternoon. Absolutely. No chance. And one fellow just disturbed me. And I opened the door and said, "What happened?" "I want a room." I said, "Is it a hotel? Why are you waking me up?" So everybody has a different attachment. Somebody may be attached to something, and slowly it will go away. But I'm just saying that certain things are not so harmful. But certain things are very bad. Suppose if you have a desire to watch a movie and all those things, they're not good for your Krishna consciousness. But even if that happens, you should again come to your boundary of association of Vaishnavas, morning, evening program, and then slowly we attain that platform. See, this is a platform of a person who is Sthita Pragya. We want to become Sthita Pragya. We are not a Sthita Pragya. Our consciousness is still not fixed on the absolute. We are trying to fix our consciousness on the absolute. So we try to practice the shloka. Even if we can't practice in certain situations, we should again try to follow the principles. I don't know if my English is मैं समझा पा रहा हूँ. अरे गिर भी गए तो उठो वापस. ये नहीं कि अब तो हम गिर गए अब तो कुछ नहीं. It's not like that. It is happening with one devotee. It is not that it does not happen. I'm so angry. He said, "Prabhuji, I'm very down, and now you please take care of my projects. I'm so down, I'm taking care of myself alone." Rascal number one. If suppose this is a group here, and this is a group here. So if we fight together, then it's okay. There can be some chance. But if all of you fight, if I want to fight all of you alone, this is stupidity, is it not? So if you, Prabhuji, I'll alone take care of all of them. Already you are down. So you see, what Bhagavad Gita you were teaching. I was very angry. On WhatsApp, you cannot show anger properly. I was very angry. You come to association of devotees. Even if you're in complete Maya, full Maya. We were in full Maya or not? Then we came to association of devotees. Then we developed some kind of intelligence. Suppose we drop down to Maya, what should we do? Again come back to association of devotees and have some intelligence. I'm repeating again and again. It happens with everybody. If you are in complete Maya also, for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, do not turn away from Krishna. You again come back to Krishna. Please do not make that mistake that devotees will ever reject you. One devotee was fearful. "Prabhuji, I have my chart that I'll fall down with a woman in this thing or whatever." I said, "Don't worry. You just worry about chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna is Shastra. It just changes your karma like anything." 5.1.35. None of your chandals, is it not? Maybe eaten meat, but not eaten kutta, dog. So even a dog eater's karma is immediately changed. Even once chant, what he chants? Krishna. and you have chanting 28,000. So whatever will come upon you is will be done by your best friend. His name is Krishna. And it is good for you. If you fall down or what not fall down, he never rejects you. One fellow was with a prostitute. He was a devotee. He was up with a prostitute and Jagannath's Rath Yatra was happening in Puri. And he was completely bewildered. And suddenly the Lord reminded him, hey, what I'm doing with this prostitute? And then he ran to Jagannath. You see, there are so many. Krishna does not, he knows everything, he's Sarvagya, but he does not know the spelling of one word. You know that? Divorce. Divorce. He does not know that spelling. वो छोड़ना जानते ही नहीं है. Zero fire policy. Like in this world, we have this. तुमने ये बोला क्यों? अब मैं तुमको नहीं छोड़ूंगा. We not say that. Why did you say this to me? I will not leave you. Same thing you chanted Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And it is not a prayer to really Krishna, it is a prayer to Srimati Radharani. Oh Srimati Radharani, please engage me in service of your beloved Krishna. Obviously it is for Radha Krishna. Or Srimati Radharani is a compassionate form of the Supreme Lord. She never forgets any service. So I just wanted to say that even if we cannot apply this shloka, this should be our standard and should continue to practice that. Okay. Obviously, if there is chai and if you are attached to chai, then if that desire comes, first of all, desire also does not come. And if desire comes, will you respond to it? No. And we also, one thing is there. This is a negative injunction. You be engaged so much in Krishna's service that you have no time for all these things. Kamam tu dasya, natu kama kameya. Okay. And you must be realizing there's so much service. Is it not, Shubham? How many days have passed since you have come to Vrindavan? Now you have to think. That's what I wanted to say. You have to think, kitna din nikal gaya? Then you say, kitne saal nikal gaye? Like this. Krishna consciousness is so dynamic. And we have so much service for all the devotees. One devotee said, you please give some service to my sister also. Now she had so much service. I'm giving audio, post this, that. I was just wondering, maybe she's just thinking too many service. This Prabhu is also like a river, constantly giving us service. Constantly giving us service. Because Krishna gives you so many ideas to serve him. So, practical application of the Lord, this shloka is, you should have so many rivers of services. So constantly and with force, do it by this EOD. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. That we have no time to look at these rivers. Okay? That's how we apply our self-Krishna consciousness. Gita Bhushan commentary. In this verse, the Lord makes clear the state mentioned in the previous verse. Rivers full from the rainy season enter the ocean, which by its nature is full, but still the shore never overflow. Very easy to understand. So I have given some pictures of rivers. It's like a nala, is it not? Not nala, actually, it's a rainy season, rainy water. The water of the rainy season entering into the ocean. Quite gushing, is it not? And then it seems like Amazon River. Amazon is also refers to river, by the way. It may refer to a selling company, but actually originally Amazon was referring to the river. And she also is entering into the ocean. And the ocean remains still. And we have shown a very nice and peaceful ocean, particularly. So your devotee remains still. So he understands the value of material desires. What is that? What is the value? And it's quite interesting that Krishna may fulfill the desires of a devotee also. But if he continues to remain Krishna conscious, keep chanting Hare Krishna, he won't desire it again. If he actually remains in hearing and chanting like that. I know in my heart, a very strong desire to get into IIT was there. And if that desire Krishna would have not fulfilled, all my life I would have lamented why I could not get into IIT. I know that. It was a very strong desire. But now I'm lamenting, why did I get into IIT? Well, it sometimes is useful, you know. Sometimes it's useful. Just like one person was there and Mataji was also there. Mataji is a nice devotee. And he's also having faith in Bhagavad Gita. But he tells to his wife, you are pagal. You are mad. So he was in front of me, then said, I am from IIT Kanpur. I am also mad. Then is our Praveen Prabhu, is a CA. He's also mad. And he's from MSc Mathematics. You also mad? Mad people get MSc in Mathematics? Well, yes, maybe. Mad people like me only BTech, don't do BTech and waste our time. No, don't worry. No, you're a good boy. And says that there are so many people, one person, a brahmachari in our ashram, got salary of 60,000 rupees per day. He's also mad. Everybody's mad. He was looking at us and he was listening. So sometimes this degree is useful, but otherwise, you know, I just wasted my time there. I can understand that. Some astrologer told to my mother, "Your son did IIT just by accident. He should have left the home before only." I don't know what is the destiny. But I'm just saying now there is no desire, is it not? Sometimes I have these dreams. I'm writing a paper in IIT, or there is nobody to earn money, and my father and mother are saying, although father has left his body, that my father and mother are saying, go and do a PhD in this, and I'm doing PhD. Oh. And suddenly, Mangalarati, 3:30. Oh, I'm not in that soup now, boiling soup. So you see, now it's removed, is it not? There is no attraction, there is no desire. So before I go further, it's mentioned beautifully in Bhagavatam. If you place a material desire at the lotus feet of Krishna, it is like putting a fried chana seed, fried seed in ground. It won't fructify. So even if you are coming to Krishna with wrong reasons, you are right because you have approached the right person. There's a question, why when Hiranyakashipu worshipped Brahmaji, he did not give him proper intelligence? Because demigods do not give it. If you don't want it, they don't give it. But Krishna, even if you don't want good intelligence, Krishna gives. He feels so obliged. Oh, this person has chanted Hare Krishna. He has paid obeisances to me. I must deliver him. I must deliver him from material existence. Even if I don't want to. A shloka comes from Shastra. Even if just to show to others, a person pays obeisances to Krishna, Krishna destroys his 100 lifetimes of sins. केवल धोखा देने के लिए, just to cheat people, he pays obeisances. When I heard this, when I read this in this same office I'm sitting, I immediately went to temple and paid obeisances to Krishna. I am so sinful. Sin means anything which is impeding your bhakti. So Krishna is very merciful. Just like our Prabhu, Jagat Guru Prabhu was hearing Radha Kunj Maharaj's lecture, he said, I'm feeling so inspired, That's a fact, because the more you hear about Krishna's nature, and people who are similar to Krishna are not available in this world. So we have to hear about him. Then we want to surrender to him. Okay? The rivers cannot cause any change to the ocean. Similarly, the sense objects, sarve kamaha, come to asthita pragya by his prarabdha karmas, but cannot cause change in him. So you understand the reason why the desires are coming? Why at all the desire for dragon fruit, to eat dragon fruit will come in my heart? Because I have done something in Bali. Done something means it was prasadam only, did not do anything wrong, but it was there, that impression is there. Now, just put it in a different way. Why the desire for chanting Hare Krishna is coming in your heart? Because at least in this life you chanted Hare Krishna. And you must remember, please remember this, impressions of bhakti are indelible. Indelible means it cannot be destroyed. Once a person comes to bhakti, no matter how gross he is, no matter how much he gets bored in Bhagavad Gita class, then impression is happening. I know some devotees may not be understanding what I'm speaking. Do you understand I'm speaking English? Yes. Okay. That much. Hindi में भी ऐसे होता देखा था वो गाँव में. I was explaining the difference between human beings and animals. They could not understand. Then I asked them, I'm speaking a sentence, please repeat. The price of potato is 5 rupees kg. What did I say? The price of potato is 5 rupees kg. But could not understand the difference between human beings and animals. Simple Hindi I was speaking. I was not speaking any Sanskrit. But it doesn't matter. You will see yourself, you keep on chanting, then say, Prabhuji, kuch difficult baat bolo na. It's also easy what you are speaking. So if you continue to chant Hare Krishna, you will see that. Okay? So as per my karma, these desires are coming. I am not forced to, I am not forced by anyone to fulfill those desires. You know that we have that power? If the mind is not listening to you and sending you material signals, why should you listen to the mind? जब आप मेरी बात नहीं मान रहे तो आपकी बात क्यों मानो? If I am not cooperating with you, will you cooperate with me? देखो cooperation दोनों तरफ से होना चाहिए. Is it not? This is a practical problem for many sadhakas. Prabhuji, mind is troubling so much. It is desiring so much sense gratification. It's not listening to me. Is it not? And why are you listening to him? It is my experience. I was reading Chaitanya Charitamrita and very nice prasanga, and some emotions were coming in my heart, and suddenly a gross desire came. So it happens with everyone. Okay, we have heard about Yamanacharya also. He is tasting Krishna consciousness, and suddenly the desire of association with woman, not desire, sorry, the impression will come. We don't want that. Okay? And suddenly, like this, if you keep on hearing Bhagavatam and chanting the shlokas will also come in your mind. Okay? So cannot change in him means he will not remain fixed in his duties toward Krishna consciousness. That person attains peace. Though the sense objects comes to his senses, the Sthita Pragya does not undergo any change at all because of the satisfaction of realizing the bliss of Atma. But he who desires the sense objects does not attain that peace. Now, a practical thing which was told to me by Vrindavan Maharaj also and by other Vaishnavas also say this. I mean, the direct pleasure of bhakti may come a little later on. You know, one name and you feel crores of names or like that. But if you have taste for Shastra, which comes much easier, is it not? Discussion of Bhagavad Gita, discussion of Bhagavatam, then naturally the lower pravartis of Maya will not affect you. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? When we chant Hare Krishna, we may not be happy every day to chant Hare Krishna, or throughout the 16 rounds, may not be always blissful or whatever. But if you have a taste for discussions of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, then lower discussion taste goes away. And we have heard that Tadarajastamo bhava kamalobha dayaschit. So hearing Bhagavatam helps us. Hearing Bhagavad Gita helps us because it destroys lust and all those things from our heart. And then it becomes easier to chant Hare Krishna also. I don't know if you are able to relate to what I'm trying to say. But if you regularly hear Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, we become very strong in our intelligence and also our heart becomes purified. We can apply our life as per the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. Am I speaking too abstract or are you able to understand? We may not be able to experience the bliss of Atma immediately, but the happiness of discussing of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam is definitely we understand. And when you remember, when the intelligence is going in Shastra, the mind cannot go anywhere else. Just like now I have to teach Chaitanya Charitamrita from today. And I'm thinking, what is this shloka? What is that? Then naturally your mind becomes absorbed. Similarly, something which you like to do, somebody would like to do some designing work. Then that intelligence goes into that design. Like that. If your intelligence is there in how I can chant Hare Krishna and how I can help others to chant Hare Krishna, there is so much scope of service, unlimited service. Unlimited service. Yes, cannot. And then there is, like when somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, do you have desires? He said, yes, but I have no time for them. Now you understand? There is so much desires for serving Krishna, that desires for all those things go away. Just like if you eat the feast nicely, 9 a.m., every day we have feast here, Karanamrit Prabhu's mercy, then do you desire anything after that till 5 o'clock? And then he's such a nice boy, nice devotee. At 5 o'clock he knows these kids will become hungry. They will eat outside. Let me feed them again. Then he again brings nice prasadam. Oh, then for next day you are free. So at least for hunger you are free. The desires for hunger are free or not. You don't go to hotel and eat all those things. You take prasadam, you become happy. And do you feel any vacancy in your heart? Arey, hamara to hotel bhi chhula diya. We used to eat so nice things in hotel. Now we don't feel like that. You will be surprised that Mataji, that Prabhu came. So he wanted to take her to Dalhousie. I don't know where it is. Where it is? Himachal. And he met with me, and his problem was that wife does not want to eat anything outside. She's a devotee. I said, then why don't you take her to a place where you get prasadam? Then at least he spoke in Vrindavan. Yeah, then better I go to Mayapur on Puri. At least he spoke. That's very powerful. At least he spoke. From Dalhousie immediately to Mayapur. Quite changed direction. Is it from Himachal to whatever, Neelachal. From Himachal to Neelachal, Puri. Yeah. Quite fast, is it not? So like that. So please, nobody is happy by trying to satisfy their material desires, either a materialist or a spiritualist. The spiritualist knows it and he doesn't run after trying to satisfy material desires. We need to satisfy our material needs. If you become hungry, you have to eat. If you feel sleepy or tired, you have to sleep. But if you feel like mating, you can actually not mate also. Because that is not by which you're going to die. Rather, you become more strong, the more we have lesser mating, then we become more strong. But you can just replace it with little bit. A, instead of A, you can put double E. Meeting. You keep on meeting with devotees, you keep on discussing Harikatha, and all those things will go away. The desire for meeting and all those things will go away. They will come. Obviously, it comes and then it will go back. Dev Shakti Mataji told me a very important point. The desires will come, but you ask your mind, My dear mind, what after that? You know, people will think, oh, he's so beautiful. She will be very nice and she will cook for me. He does not understand the real word. She will cook me. Nothing against the Matajis. I mean, it happens with the Prabhuji also. Oh, he's so handsome. He will take care of me. No, 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 no. He wants to eat you. He will not take care of you. No, 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 no. Don't be out of this illusion. Nobody will take care of you. Only person who takes care of us life after life is Krishna. जीवन के साथ भी और जीवन के बाद भी. LIC is Krishna is with you in their life, and after life he'll be with you. So he will take care of you. Okay. All those illusions people should come out of it. Purport. Although the vast ocean is always filled with water, it is always, especially during the rainy season, being filled with much more water. Very interesting point. I missed this point. In the rainy season, the water grows. That means it's not all the time that the water will start gushing in the ocean. Normally it's coming, but it will become increased in a certain period of the time. Make sense? So this also happens. It's not that all the time we have material desires coming into our. Does it happen? Does it happen that all the time you are disturbed by lust? No. Sometimes it may happen because of our prarabdha karma. So why should we give in to them? But very nicely put, do you always feel happy in chanting Hare Krishna? Always? No, not always. So similarly, material desires also do not always happen to you. This is called Tarangarangani. Sometimes in Anartha Nivritti, you'll be very, very, oh, I'm a pure devotee. And then, oh, I'm not even a devotee, like that. This happens with everybody. Please hear very carefully. Please, my dear devotees, hear it. The only way we can cross over Anartha Nivritti is by doing our sadhana regularly. Day after day after day after day. First have Sharirik Nishtha, fixedness of the body, then fixedness of the words, and then fixation of the mind will come. Generally, it is like that. And you see, many people drop out on the fixation of the body itself. Mangal Aarti mein bhi nahi khade ho pate. They are not able to sit and come for Mangal Aarti, is it not? So if you have achieved that state, you are much more advanced. You don't have to become proud, but just notice this. At certain point of my life, I could not come up for Mangal Aarti every day, but now I'm able to come for Mangal Aarti very easy. Is it not advancement? Okay. But the ocean remains the same, steady. It is not agitated, nor does it cross beyond the limit of its brink. This is understood? Goes beyond. That is also true of a person fixed in Krishna consciousness. As long as, hear very carefully, as long as one has the material body, the demands of the body for sense gratification will continue. Prak sharir vimokshanat. That will come in the coming shlokas. Even till the time we leave the body, Maya will whisper. Maya will whisper. What about this sense gratification? I don't know if you can hear me. Maya will whisper always. You want to go to Krishna, but what about this sense gratification? You really liked it, is it not? That video game which you were playing earlier? What about this? And for everybody, carrot is different. I have no attachment to cricket. One devotee told me, he's senior to me, that see, he was somewhere and then cricket was being shown live. India-Pakistan ka match. Then at least he got bewildered by that. No? I feel no attraction for all these things. So everybody is different, is it not? So like that. So you should understand, Maya will say that Maya is very selfless and she does not want anybody who is not really wanting to go to Krishna to really go to Krishna. Make sense to you? A person who does not really want to go to Krishna, she will make sure he does not go. She's like, my dear donkey, my dear devotee. What about this carrot? So we have to say, na dhanam, na janam, na sundari, mityadi. Then you can come to Krishna, okay? Prabhupada says that very beautifully in a very stark way. When he took Vanaprastha, then he understood. He writes somewhere, I understood the reality of this materialistic family life. Krishna showed me he used this word, Krishna showed me the naked truth of this. There is no love in this world, except Vaishnavas. Love means I want to serve you. I want to help you, not extract from you. You always remember this. And anybody, even your parents, have this tendency. जैसे घोड़ा होते हैं ना, घोड़े पे दाम लगाते हैं, घोड़ा दौड़ेगा और कितना जीतेगा. Sometimes the running horses are not sometimes the running horses, racing horses, they put number or they put what do you say money on the racing horses so that the race horse will bring more money. So my dear Prabhus, you may be seen as a racing horse by your parents, maybe a racing rat, and if you come first in a rat race, what you are, you're still a rat. So don't be convinced by them. तुमको क्या करा, MSc करा कि क्या फायदा हुआ? By doing MSc, I have understood the purpose of life is to serve Krishna. So I am thankful, my dear mother and father. I have understood the greatest science of Krishna consciousness. I am a master of science of self-realization. So, and my Prabhu is PhD. He's a permanent Haridas. So I am MSc now. I have to become PhD now. You understand? So master of science of self-realization. So this is how. Right now we are doing BSc. Bhagavad Gita is Bachelor of Science of not sense gratification, Science of Self-Realization. And Bhagavatam is Masters in Science of Self-Realization. And Chaitanya Charitamrita is PhD in Science of Self-Realization. So doing all the courses simultaneously. Bhagavad Gita, MSc, BSc, MSc and PhD all together. All together. A Krishna conscious. Okay. The devotee, however, is not disturbed by such desires because of his fullness. Right now, just see. Do you feel desire to go for a movie right now? At all, is it not? कभी मन में विचार नहीं आया ना कि भगवत गीता एक बोरिंग लग रही गीता. Instead of Bhagavad Gita, I should have been doing something nice. At least checking WhatsApp, something. Can you see right now? And see, if I was not holding a class, those desires will be there. Maybe I should sing WhatsApp. Maybe I should talk with somebody, some prajalpa, something. Are you able to get this? But when we discuss Bhagavad Gita, it's so interesting. Naturally become full. Before I go forward, I will look into Chaitanya Charitamrita. I have read it. You please hear now. Devotees who have taste for discussing Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, pure devotional service is guaranteed. You please search in Vedabase guaranteed words for the translations in Chaitanya Charitamrita. I have read it. I have shared it also sometime in my group called Shastric Inspiration. A person who has taste for discussing Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. I am not telling you to promote my class. This is a siddhant. Kathyantascha mam nitya tushanti cha ramanti cha. Natural taste for discussing Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, pure devotional service is guaranteed. I'll search and then again send back to you later on. So one should be enthusiastic. Oh, I have some taste, I should increase it. A Krishna conscious man is not in need of anything because the Lord fulfills all his material necessities. You will see that even your parents, when you were born as a child, what service you were doing to them? Nothing. But just because you were born to them, they take care of all your necessities. And you will see in your own life how Krishna takes care of all material necessities of a devotee. You can switch on the fan if you like. It seems a little hot. So you see, it was feeling hot. So Krishna has arranged a nice fan, is it not? Krishna has arranged a nice office. One time I went to a DM office and I said, my office is better than him. Maybe it's a little smaller, but it's better than him. And I don't have to deal constantly with people who want something from me for their sense gratification. Oh, you can't understand what it means. I'll repeat again. You are coming here to hear Bhagavad Gita from me. Is it not? And I also want to give Bhagavad Gita knowledge to you. So both of us are happy or not? We have a loving relationship. Okay. But I've seen anybody who goes to the DM office, they only want their sense gratification from the DM. हमारा काम करा दीजिए ना, हमारा काम करा दीजिए. And you can see the face of the DM. He's always under tension, always under tension. They will not openly tell you, but from the face you can see. Constantly, can you imagine? Constantly meet with people who only are after sense gratification and they want from you there. Very bad relationship. I mean, I'm not saying people should not become DM or something, but quite amazing. Therefore, he's full like the ocean, always full in himself. You understand? We will see in our life how devotees are maintaining themselves. Actually, I see like Jagat Guru Prabhu. You don't work a job, is it not? And he's practically traveling all over the world also, is it not? It's amazing, you know. Jagat Guru Prabhu doesn't work and doesn't work means not work like a donkey outside, but he works, I mean, he's all over the place, all over the world, is it not? This is intelligence and it always remains a mystery for me, you know, how Prabhuji is able to maintain himself. You're not even staying in temple. I will not ask you the secret also, but sometimes I desire, I should get these ideas from devotees and tell to other, all these foolish boys, They want to work for 8 hours, 9 hours. Is it not? Prabhuji does not have to work on night shift. Just see. And he doesn't have a dhoti kurta, na? He looks skinny, he does not have anything to eat. And Krishna also gave him a wife for some time and then removed also. Everything. Tell me, Jagat Guru, Prabhu, any material desires of yours, has Krishna not satisfied?
Except for spiritual desires.
No, spiritual desire. You want to be in Vrindavan, you are not in Vrindavan? You are, is it not? You are in Vrindavan or not? You wanted to be in Vrindavan? He is fulfilling the desire. You wanted to chant 16 rounds, Krishna fulfilled that desire of yours now. I'm seeing even my desires, all material desires get fulfilled. All spiritual desires also get fulfilled. Don't say that he does not fulfill spiritual desires. I cannot enlist what desire Krishna has not fulfilled in my case. I wanted a bathroom to be repaired, done. I wanted to get the Balram hall repaired. Krishna broke it with what is that? What is that? Hailstorm. Then I got a service to fix it again. I could do it nicely. What desires cannot? One devotee in our Zoom wanted to do online preaching. Krishna is immediately, within a few days, he got that desire done. Don't say that Krishna doesn't fulfill. Every desire Krishna will fulfill. Do you want to marry again? I hope you will say no. Don't just say no, at least to the brahmacharis. So everything Krishna just says no. Not only Jagat Guru, all of you will see. Our Prabhu also wanted a simple job. Is it not? You got a job. Now you are blissful by that job? No, but at least you are able to practice Krishna consciousness. He wanted to come to Vrindavan. He got work from home. Now he's in Vrindavan at least for few months. I'm desiring maybe can be whole life here. But do not think that Krishna will not fulfill his desire. Simply by his desire, he can create the whole world. So you should simply, I must tell you, he'll have this point. I wanted to join. I could not practice Krishna consciousness. At that time, there was no Zoom. And I had 2 lakh rupees loan from my uncle and 2.5 lakh rupees bond from my company. 4.5 lakh. That means I would have joined at least in 2010 or something. So I asked my uncle, I want to join. What should I do? He said, go. 2 lakh rupees, he just forgave. And I asked to the person who is in Noida, HR fellow, what will you do? Will you do a court case? He said, no, don't go. I said, I'm not going to work. I'm going to join as a brahmachari. He said, go. Nobody will say like this in a government company. And I just ran like, I was a thief or something. I just ran from there and joined. This was beyond my planning. I was literally crying with my tears. Krishna, I want to come to Vrindavan and serve you. I'm sitting in this office, tell you the truth. The stable was like this. And my initiation from His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, I wanted to take initiation. It was getting blocked. Some devotee was blocking. So Sanak Sanatana Prabhu was sitting here. And I was sitting here. And I was discussing with Sanak Sanatana Prabhu. Then I went to temple in the evening. And I came back. I was praying to Krishna Balramji. Krishna Balramji, please arrange this initiation. I want to take initiation from Maharaj and like that. Just a simple prayer. And when I came here, suddenly Prabhuji had called Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj. And then I was his counselee, and I was telling to Maharaj, and I started crying. And then just suddenly the light went off. It was very dramatic. And then I was crying. I said, Maharaj, I have been doing so much sadhana. I do my service seriously. I do my sadhana nicely. Why this devotee is blocking me? And immediately Maharaj very soft-hearted. He melted. Oh, no, don't cry. I'll talk to him. Maharaj talked to him. Everything was okay. Everything Krishna takes care. You please take it for granted. You know that I told to Krishna Balramji, you taught all the knowledge to your first son from the heart. Can you not teach me Sanskrit? And he actually teaches me now. I read the English, I read the Sanskrit, I pick it up. So I will completely disagree that Krishna will not fulfill the desire of his devotee. You chant Hare Krishna and you see all the desires will get fulfilled. You make a note of all the desires and then see, Krishna says, okay, this is done, and this is. And he desires to certain desires Krishna will remove. Just like His Holiness Haldar Maharaj says, he was praying to Krishna, Krishna, just don't let me get married. So he said, I'm very happy that at least past my life not getting married. So we should desire that kind of desires also. Bahut jhamela hai. Krishna, please, this life I want to give to you. So I'm just saying, he will take care of all your necessities. You have to do your duty, but don't worry so much about these things. Therefore, he is like the ocean, always full in himself, because Krishna provides. Desires may come to him like the waters of the rivers that flow into the ocean, but he is steady in his activities. Tat tat karma pravartanat. एक डिवोटी बोला ब्रह्मचारी हर स्टूडेंट, प्रभु जी देयर इज सो मच लस्ट आई कैन नॉट चैंट. हमने कहा देयर इज सो मच लस्ट देन यू शुड चैंट. नहीं समझ में आया? If there is fever, you should take the medicine. Prabhuji, there is so much fever, I cannot take the medicine. Does it follow? Does it follow? If you have lust, then you should chant Hare Krishna. It will remove the lust. Lust cannot remove Hare Krishna. Krishna, nobody can destroy Krishna. Krishna Suryasam Maya Hai Andhikar. So if I choose to remain in darkness, what you can say? You just come to light. So steady in his activities. Okay? And he's not even slightly disturbed by desires for sense gratification. So they will come and you keep on chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Hare. This Zoom is a benediction for us. Why? Because even if we are not fixed, we can see so many devotees are very, very fixed. Even I am not able to wake up every day at 3 a.m. But I see the same faces every day at 3 a.m. Every day at 3 a.m. Kulveer Prabhu, Poonam Mataji, every day 3 a.m. So that at least I have some, how to say, standard. Oh, these devotees are doing every day, day after day. So let me at least try to emulate them. You cannot imagine what a benediction it is if you actually can hold on to such devotees. That is the proof of a Krishna conscious man, one who has lost all inclinations for material sense gratification, although the desires are present. This is a very complicated statement. If the desire for sense gratification is there, that means he should desire to fulfill those desires. Are you able to get this? It's a very, very mysterious point. Even if the desires for some sense gratification is there, but it's understood, this is taste acha nahi. This taste is not good. I will not fulfill that. That is the real taste of Krishna consciousness. Before I go forward, please hear very carefully why sense gratification appears to be tasty. Sense gratification is miserable, but why it is tasty to us or appears tasty to us is because of an energy of the Lord called avidya, called ignorance. It is not tasty for the soul. What does a soul get by associating with a woman or a man? Nothing, is it not? It's only an illusion. So it's because of the avidya shakti a person thinks, oh, I am very happy, I am very happy. There is nothing enjoyable in the body, is it not? So it's an illusion. So if that illusion is removed by chanting of Hare Krishna, you understand the reality. Our Sanak Sanatana Prabhu puts it more heavily. I don't want to say, but he said that stool pakoras. Pakoras made from stool. Outside it may look very nice, but inside is all stool only. My body is full of stool only. What I'm actually proud of? What should I be proud of? Stool and blood and all those things, is it not? So many times we see the animal got run over by the car. If a human being gets run over by the car, would you like to embrace that body? So at least we should accept it at right now that this is all illusion. Do you agree? This is illusion. So even if that illusion is there in my mind, keep on chanting Hare Krishna, keep on hearing Bhagavad Gita, and you see the illusion will go away. Just like in the dream it goes away. It becomes weakened first, samajh na, kamjor hota jayega, and then it becomes vanquished also. I told the example of a sannyasi who says, looking at the woman, it's like looking at the door. You don't feel anything. Because internally Krishna removes this avidya. I will tell you something more, and that will completely bewilder you. 6.2.9-10. Chakravarti Path explains one name, Krishna itself destroys even avidya, the desire to do sin. Just to maintain other philosophy, Krishna will allow a devotee or cause a devotee to have some sinful tendency. Samajh mein aa raha hai? Just for some time, just like a shadow thing. Or there is a possibility that we offend a Vaishnava, then we may develop a material desire. But don't offend the devotees, serve the devotees. Is it not? If the electricity is there, you don't put your finger inside, you get the current, but you don't put a finger inside. We use the electricity, is it not? Please hear very carefully. I have discussed all these things line by line in that lecture on 6.2.9-10, a big whole essay on holy name. The devotees fall down may be arranged by the Lord also, just so that outside people will say, see, chanting Hare Krishna, he also fell down. So that they should not have faith in the holy name unless they associate and hear from devotees. Just to conceal the potency of bhakti and holy name. I don't know if you're understanding, but it's a very, very subtle point. So keep on chanting Hare Krishna. Krishna will remove all material desires. Okay. Because he remains satisfied in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, he can remain steady like the ocean and therefore enjoy full peace. So yeah, this is also very understood. Because he gets reciprocation of the Lord, just like we take prasadam, we are happy. We discuss Bhagavad Gita, we are happy. When we go to Mangalarti, we are happy. When we are dancing in the Kirtan, we are happy. So it's a whole happiness program only. Then why you have to go for a lower taste, stool taste? Others, however, who want to fulfill desire even up to the limit of liberation, what to speak of material success, never attain peace. Before I go forward, the devotee, real devotee, like who actually attains the higher stages of bhakti, especially we say bhava, he gets so much taste in Krishna consciousness, he cannot even think of sense gratification. That's how it is there. And we have discussed in Bhagavatam, only evam prasanna manaso, even Bhagavad Bhakti Yogata, when a person gets to the stage of bhav, then there is no possibility of fall down. Almost. Some cases may be there, but actually after that nobody falls down. He just continues bhakti and he goes against love of God, and then he doesn't, fall down to sense gratification. Why I'm saying this? Because right now in our stage we may think, Mera to koi hope nahi hai. I have no hope. There are so many material desires and like that. But my dear devotees, everybody started from our level only. Everybody starts as a neophyte only. Shastra speaks say Kanishta, Madhyam and Uttam. He doesn't say Uttam, Uttam and Uttam. Make sense to you? Everybody is born like a small child who was passing stool in a mother's lap. ऐसे तो किए है ना, और खा खा के तो बड़े हुए ना. Make sense? So we ate and we were educated. We ate and we educated. We ate and we got educated. Okay? Then we develop a sense. Similarly, you take prasadam and you hear philosophy. You take prasadam and you hear philosophy. Then we become properly spiritually educated, situated in Krishna consciousness. Just imagine if you're only fed food by your mother and not given any education. Can you imagine yourself? Just try to imagine yourself how you would be. So that's why I put so much emphasis on hearing Shastra. We take prasadam, but then we also hear Shastra. Then we are making proper advancement. Achha, if you are given education and no food, that also doesn't work. So you have to take prasadam, also chant Hare Krishna, also hear. Okay? Then we understand how we should behave. Others, so, and even if we want to be liberated and merge into Brahman, we will not be happy. Only to the degree we have bhakti, to that degree when we serve Krishna, we become happy. I'll repeat. To the degree we have bhakti, to that degree we do any service for Krishna, that will make you happy. So you are happy hearing Bhagavad Gita because you have some amount of bhakti. I am happy discussing Bhagavad Gita, I have some amount of bhakti. Everybody will be happy hearing Bhagavad Gita because they don't have bhakti. Make sense to you? And every time you chant Hare Krishna, so your bhakti dig is increasing. Just like you put a small child puts sikas in his, what is it? What do you say? Piggy bank? Piggy bank. And then you open the piggy bank. Oh, so much Lakshmi. I can buy something. I can buy a nice chocolate for myself. We have done that, is it not? Similarly, you keep on putting your Hare Krishna mantra. 16 rounds means 1 crore names in a year, minimum. On Ekadashi, you can chant more like that. So you keep on doing that. Now, also a very important point, even if you can't do a lot in a day, at least do whatever is allotted to you. Make sense to you? If you can't do a lot, 64 rounds. At least what is allotted to you. How much is the quota? Minimum 16 rounds. That much you should do. Be happy with that. And then obviously if you have time, you can chant also more. Everything will be achieved by that. Okay. The fruitive workers, the salvationists, and also the yogis who are after mystic powers are all unhappy because of unfulfilled desires. Beautiful point. You know what? Prabhupada's purport is beautiful. What is that unfulfilled desire? When a person is a karmi, or a yogi, or a jnani, what he is doing? He is trying to put his interest in the center. But he does not know the soul can only be happy by putting Krishna in the center. You know, there's a puzzle called jigsaw. And there are so many cutouts, and you put all them together so that you have complete picture. So in our life's jigsaw puzzle, there is a shape called Krishna, and no other thing except Krishna will fit in that. So unless the living entity serves Krishna selflessly, ahetuki apratiyata yinatma suprasidhyati, it cannot become happy. So that's why it is mentioned. Whatever they are, They are desiring sense gratification, and sense gratification can never make a person happy. You see the example of Durvasa Muni? Just little bit so-called disrespect from Amrish Maharaj, and he could not tolerate it. Can you see that example? And when he was trying to kill Amrish Maharaj, he could tolerate it. Not even tolerate it, he just did not even notice it. This is the fullness of a devotee. But the person in Krishna consciousness is happy in the service of the Lord, and he has no desires to be fulfilled. Beautiful point. If we are having no material motivation to serve Krishna, here very carefully, nothing in this world can stop you from serving Krishna. If I do not have a material motivation to serve Krishna, nothing can stop me from serving Krishna. Suppose if my desire to lead Kirtan is to impress others, then it can be impeded. But if I am desiring to lead, if I am desiring to do Kirtan, can somebody stop me? समझ में आया? If I desire to chant 64 rounds so that people can say, you are a very great devotee, then if they don't say, then difficulty. But if I am chanting 64 rounds just to please Krishna, or whatever, 16 rounds to please Krishna, then nobody can somebody stop you. Only we ourselves can stop ourselves. समझ रहे ना मेरी बात? So if we now please hear so many points to tell you today. If I want to get love of God, I want to chant Hare Krishna to get love of God, nothing in this world can stop. Russian devotees, what is that devotee's name who was imprisoned? The salted bread devotee, what is his name? I'm forgetting his name. Their malas were snatched. They made malas from what is it? Bread. Amazing. What a determination. With bread they made the mala, and I think they were hiding it so that otherwise they will steal it. And from there they should chant Hare Krishna. So now if you say, Prabhuji, thoda pet mein dard ho raha hai and I'm not able to chant Hare Krishna because of my stomach ache, we are a very lower devotee. We are not imprisoned for chanting Hare Krishna. What an amazing determination of the devotees. Yes? But the person in Krishna consciousness is happy in the service of the Lord, and he has no desires to be fulfilled. Just like Haridas Thakur or so many times Mahaprabhu says, take something from him, please. Or Prahlad Maharaj was asked by Narsimha Dev, at least kuch to lo. And then he said, do you think I'm a businessman? Why you are making me ashamed? Then very nice prayer he said, oh my dear Lord, who are the best among the people who give benedictions, please benedict me. One benediction which I want is that not even a sprout of material desire will sprout from my heart. In my heart, sorry. Arey bhai, abhi kya karenge? Please hear very carefully. If I desire material things, Krishna will be very easy. Take it, take it, take it. Jao, jao. Disturb mat karo. You want liberation? Arey, tumhare haath mein. Take it, take it, take it. But if you don't desire these things, material things and liberation, then Arey, to seva kar raha hai. He is doing service. I must give him something. What is left? Love of God. Okay? This is how nicely a picture of a small girl is there. She's just simply happy and blissful chanting Hare Krishna. It seems to be from Russia only. I don't know, Russian photo. Mataji. Small girl. Just simply happy chanting Hare Krishna. In fact, I give an example of why devotee does not desire. I gave you the example before also. One of my students left from his home. Joined means joined somewhere. And even after his marriage, he was forced to marry. So then the mother called me, my dear, please give my son back. I said, your son is not in my pocket. I cannot give it back. I don't know where he has gone. And then I was trying to preach to her, my dear Mataji, please think about your liberation. You are supposed to die. No, I don't want liberation. I want son. Now you see, for a materialist like that, her relationship with her son causes her to forget about liberation. Do you agree? So similarly, now you understand? She does not want anything. She just wants a son. S-O-N, son. Beta chahiye, aur kuch nahi chahiye. Similarly, a devotee, he only is fully happy in his relationship with the Lord, and he does not want liberation. Please hear this very carefully. A pure devotee naturally does not want liberation, and we, by hearing Siddhanta, don't want liberation. Because in liberation, in merging into Brahma Jyoti, we will not have any opportunity to serve Krishna. Vivek samajhte hain, Vivek? By a transcendental intelligence, we don't desire liberation by chanting Hare Krishna. And as we advance, naturally become so happy in bhakti that you don't forget about liberation. You forget about the liberation. Example, one more example is given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Sorry, I'm just taking one few more times. Don't worry. You will arrange prasadam for me? Charges here. A person who's attached to prostitutes, he become tired by associating with the prostitutes. But he doesn't desire anything else. He wants to, when he becomes more strong, he wants to go back again to the prostitutes only. Similarly, a devotee is so much attached to bhakti. By doing bhakti, he will become tired. But he will not go, tired means physically tired like that, but he will not desire liberation. He will simply go back to do bhakti only. Prabhuji, ऐसे गंदे example क्यों दे रहे हैं? Why are you giving such bad examples? I mean, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives this example just to show the attachment of a person who has for a prostitute. Similarly, not similarly, but in a much more way, a devotee is attached to serving Krishna. Now you understand why they don't desire liberation? It is explained in Vedas Stuti in Bhagavatam. प्रभु जी एक शास्त्र बताइए. Sometimes you speak Bhagavatam in Bhagavad Gita and sometimes you speak Bhagavad Gita in Bhagavatam. BSc की बातें MSc में बताई जाएंगी, MSc की बातें BSc में जाती है. Something which you learn in BSc goes into MSc and certain parts of MSc comes into BSc. What is the difficulty? You understand, is it not? PhD बात है. Yeah, from Chaitanya Charitamrita also we quote. In fact, he does not even desire liberation from the so-called material bondage. The devotees of Krishna have no material desires and therefore they are in perfect peace. So, you may say, Prabhuji, we have material desires. Yes, but don't have material aspirations. We have material needs to fulfill. Abhi bhook lag rahi to khayenge, is it not? We are hungry, we'll eat. But our aspiration when we chant Hare Krishna should be Krishna, Prema bina vartha mora daridra jivana dasakari vetan mora diya prema dhan. I don't have love of God, my Lord. I'm very, very बहुत गरीब हूँ. I am so poor. Please give me some charity. Give me some, at least some drops of love of God. And that should be sufficient. You understand that? One drop of love of God is sufficient to fulfill, to drown the whole material world. And this is not my words, Chaitanya Charitamrita. I'll just take up some questions and I'll stop here. No question today. Oh, everybody is like a sea. No matter how much pravachan you give, which are flowing constantly like a river with force, but we are satisfied ourselves. We will not ask any question. Same happened with me too, Prabhuji, in case of desires getting fulfilled. So you had a desire to get an accident or what? It got fulfilled? No, he had a desire to get into a bank. But you know, he became a rascal number one time. He was one of my very nice students. So I called him, say, how many rounds you're chanting? He said, 8. I go, why? Why 8? You were chanting 16. So hear very carefully what happened to him. He said, 8 rounds I was chanting in the morning and I was leaving the remaining 8 for the evening and they were left only. I said, Arey Baba, you will get your job or not get the job. At least you will lose your 8 rounds every day. So you keep chanting 16 rounds in the morning. So he understood and he agreed. He's a very nice boy. He remain. We can become rascal for some time, but don't remain a rascal. Anyhow, he's my dear student, so I love him so much. Very nice. I think he's okay now. His health is okay. Yeah.
He's the one who gave me also.
Yes, yeah. Hopefully, is okay. And you know, after getting a bank into the bank or any other thing,
Not interested.
now he realizes that bore ho raha hai. It happens with everybody. No, but Krishna will fulfill your material desires, and then I don't know how much it is true, but Radhesham Prabhu says that any brahmachari who wants to get married to a particular girl, Krishna will not get him married to her. I mean, how much true that is, but he has more experience of brahmacharis getting married or something like that, but not necessarily maybe that. At least I saw one person in Vrindavan, I saw he wanted to get married to a particular girl. At the end, the girl turned away and then he got married to another one. Not exactly what he wanted. Krishna is, you must remember, you are not worshipping a demigod who is bound to give you what you want. He is not bound to give you what you want. Krishna will give you what you need, not what really you want. So, Prabhuji, बहुत dangerous भगवान की पूजा कर रहे हैं. Yeah, like that. But he will give what we really need, which is love of God. Even if you have material desires, he will actually eventually bring us to the point of desiring nothing except him. Just like in the case of Dhruv Maharaj. Any other questions from your side? Yes, Prabhuji.
Usually जो beginners होते हैं वो क्या कहते हैं कि आप जो है ना अपनी बातों को हम पे थोपते हैं. जैसे मटेरियल चीजें कहते हैं कि इसी चीजें हमारे लिए बेकार है. जैसे कि मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर्स और भी जो मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में होते हैं वो लोग थोपते हैं कि तुम सक्सेसफुल बन सकते हो और चाहे तुम ये कर.
It's a good question. Some people who are beginners in Krishna consciousness, they have an argument that you are forcing your thought process on us. Actually, material life is very good. But actually, we should say you don't have any thought process. All throughout your life, since we are born, we have been forced to think the way we are thinking. Ayush, मेरा नाम आयुष है. Ayush, your name is Ayush. Ayush, Ayush, Ayush. Then you say yes, my name is Ayush. Is it not an imposition?
Yes.
Have you ever thought? बोलो बेटा आयुष बोलो आयुष पापा बोलो no, papa 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 then you begin to think he's my papa. Is he your papa? न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचे नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूया. We don't say you don't pay respects to your parents, but nobody is born. So this is an imposition when I'm being told you are an Indian. गर्व से कहो हम भारतीय हैं. All these things. This is an imposition, but we are telling you the truth. You may reject it, my dear Prabhu, my dear beginner devotee, no problem. We are causing you to think. We are causing you to think, not causing. We have never thought. That's why you are thinking. It's an imposition. Bhagavad Gita is a book for those who think, and if you read it, it will make you think. What will happen? It's like I was talking to a person. Do you earn money? Say yes. Why do you earn money? For the future. How long can you think about your future? 70 till 70 years of age? 80, 90, 100 and beyond that, can you think? तो उसके आगे तो देख ही नहीं पा रहे हैं ना. So the point is they can't understand the truth. So what we are saying is what happens with most of the people. They hear the truth but can't digest it. But if they keep on chanting Hare Krishna, then they hear it and they can see it the way a sadhu is seeing. Does it make sense? If my senses were, this was yellow, and if I ask Jagat Guru Prabhu, ये ट्यूबलाइट येलो क्यों दिख रही है? Jagat Guru Prabhu, why this tube light is yellow? Everything looks very nice. You know, especially when there's a tinted screen on the car, you feel outside atmosphere is very nice. Today weather is very good. But the person who's outside in the sun is saying, nahi baba, pasina aa raha hai, it's too bad. So because of the tint of the modes of material nature, it appears this world is very good. You understand? You ask him, the threefold miseries, are we actually imposing our thought, or is it actually true? Are you not actually getting diseased? Are people not actually getting old age and death is not actual? झूठ मूठ की डेथ होती है, झूठ मूठ में मरते हैं लोग. So you are not thinking. What I want to tell you a secret. Spread the message to as many people as possible. Do not try to create interest. Try to catch interested people. If in your preaching you think that those who are useless, you preach to them and you keep on preaching to them, then they will become devotees, not much chance. In that time, you can preach to so many people who are very, very interested. Make sense? Be like that. That's why I'm so much into online preaching. Because anybody who's here, he's here because I will give them prasadam after the class. नहीं यही तो नहीं देते आप, यही तो नहीं देते आप, है? So just imagine you are here because you want to be here, and I'm so not locking the room like here I've locked the room so they cannot run. No, you can open. You can open. That's why Sanatana Prabhu also said, because all of us want to be here. That's why we taste this discussion. Okay? So you understand? So he said that we are not trying to impose our thinking. We are trying to incite your thinking. You know, incite something, ignite your thinking. If you don't want to remain unignited, what you can say? Okay? Igniting is different from imposition. We're giving the spark. Like that. Gas is there, but lighter dekhe na. We are doing that lighter business. This is a talk for Japa talk tomorrow. Lighter business. And actually it's good, huh? That's quite interesting. That's quite interesting. That's how we chant our mala. Is it not? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. No, not like this. Hare Krishna. No, we don't do like this. We do like this only. So the lighter will become ignited. As you are chanting every Mahamantra on every bead, Hare Krishna, your consciousness is becoming ignited. Yes, I am a servant to Krishna. I am servant to Krishna. Yes? That's a good one. Good. Thank you for asking this question. So now we have another example for tomorrow's Japa talk. So now let me pacify all the Vaishnavas by saying Mahaprasade Govinde, not Vancha Kalpatru. You have a question? Something? Yes, Prabhu.
First of all, thank you for today's class. And one question is that you mentioned that whatever the Krishna is giving.
Yes.
In in different way. What is better?
No, what I did not say whatever Krishna gives, which we should accept it in different way. Whatever our material situation is, we should be satisfied with it. Because by advancing in material situations, we don't become happy. Obviously, we need to have certain basic things. Just like we feel hungry, hot, you can have a fan. But it's not that if I put 4 air conditioners here, that I'll become happy. Even for some people, they need a AC or whatever, depending on their needs. The more we have, the more we think we need to have to survive. Do you agree? I gave the example before also. Our brahmachari from this ashram, married and all those things happened. Now he's a very wealthy person. He earns around 1.5 lakh rupees per month. Well, obviously not for free. He has to work all night. So he said, I have become adjusted to luxury. He has to wear specs for 10,000 rupees. And then because it shows better, is it not? Do you think I can't see you with 1,000 rupees specs? So why he has to spend 10,000 rupees? And now he has no time for Mangalarti and Japa. I met him afternoon at 2 p.m. And he said, yes, I'm going to start my Japa. I did not comment anything. He has become adjusted to whatever word you can feel. Can you imagine? Can you imagine one of your day where you have not chanted your rounds till 2 p.m. Sagadguru Prabhu? Think about that. No, I don't want to think about that also. I had a dream when people are, as soon as I'm chanting Hare Krishna, people are snatching my mala away and they're not able to, I'm not able to chant my rounds. It was such a nightmare, Then I woke up at 3 a.m., 3:30. Oh, I have time to chant Hare Krishna. And he has no problem with that. So our mind becomes adjusted to the luxuries which we have, and we think we cannot adjust with it with less than that. So just be happy with whatever Krishna, 2 times prasadam mil raha hai, whatever 3 times, and you have some place to take shelter. Then be happy. जितने आराम से आप लोग एक रूम में 4 लोग सो रहे हैं ना, उसी तरह से एक रूम में 4 लोग नहीं सोएंगे. समझ में 4 कौन हो जाएंगे? हम 2, हमारे 2. We 2, our 2. Will not be happy. So much problem. Even you can sleep 6 boys can sleep in one room. But people can vouch for it. Mataji, why you are not able to come? अरे बच्चा है, रो रहा है, क्या करे, सो नहीं दे रहा है. Anyhow, that is a different thing. That's a different ball game altogether. But whatever Krishna provides, and remember, we cannot get even a single penny what Krishna has allotted to us. We cannot give even one more dime more than that. So okay, so that we should be satisfied with that. And Krishna will never make you hungry. Dekhe sune na bhakt bhikhari. You will never see devotees beggars. Never ever. Prabhupada told that there was a famine in Calcutta, but devotees are managing. In Corona, did you feel any difficulty?
It's very easy.
Rather, we are saying very nice. I wanted to say this. Corona spread from India, and Karuna of the holy name should spread from India. Sorry, that's it, India? China. Corona was spreading from China, and Karuna should spread from India. This vaccine against Maya. Chanting Hare Krishna. Okay? Okay, we shall stop here. It's already quite late. At least we'll get something. Some grains will be there for prasadam. But I think you like this shloka. Don't be disturbed by material desires. Don't act upon them. Just keep on chanting Hare Krishna. Okay? Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Tai Gaur Premanande.